Hello Sarah, it's Thursday, October 24th, and today I'm going to talk about how my apartment is haunted. So, a while back when I moved in, and my roommate moved in, she would like hear voices under her bed of like little kids being like, hey, 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 and she was really freaked out. And then we had the thing where I was going to take a shower and I walked back and forth from my room to the bathroom a couple times, and the closet door opened, which I would have run into if I had opened it, or if it was open when I walked to my room, because it was open when I walked from my room to the bathroom. So like stuff like that's happened. And then I was talking to Stevie this last week, and a day that I left for school, she heard knocking on her door, like distinct knocking on her door, and no one was home. And it wasn't like the front door, it was the door to her bedroom. And she opened it and there was no one there. And there was no one home. I had left for school already. And so that's really creepy. And so there's been lots of things like that. And we hear weird noises sometimes and like just things like that. And it gets really cold in our apartment, which is understandable because, you know, it's winter and it's Utah and I'm in a basement apartment. So it's gonna get a little bit cold. But the creepiest thing happened this last week or so. And you met the puppy that visited my apartment. And so, I mean, she's a little rambunctious, she's young. But last week, I was watching a movie in the living room with Stevie and some of her friends, and it was like a scary movie or whatever, and the movie got over and there was this weird noise outside that kind of sounded like a mixture between a chainsaw and an engine. And we're like, it's probably just that motorcycle that's parked out there sometimes. Like, surely that has to be it. And we're like, whatever. And it was like, you know, like midnight or something when the movie got over. And we're like, that's gotta be it. It's just someone getting home or someone leaving. Whatever. And so we just kind of ignored it. But then the next day, I was getting ready to take my car into the shop because it needed a new battery and headlight. And Stevie was in the kitchen and just like doing dishes or something. And we're just chatting before I was leaving. And we hear the noise again. And I was like, what is that? Is that like a motorcycle? Do you know what it is? She's like, I don't know. You'd have to look maybe. So I go to look out this window, right? And this window looks out to like the parking lot road thing. And I pull back the curtains and what do I see? That. And I'm like, Stevie, what happened to our blinds? I was like, they're like kind of ripped up and stuff. And she was like, I don't know, it must have been Lacey, like must have been the dog. That looks like where she might have jumped up if she heard someone coming home. I was like, okay. But what is that on the blinds? Because on the blinds, there's this. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see things like that, it looks like blood. And there's kind of some spots on the curtains, but the creepiest part is that it's also on this side. So I am officially convinced my apartment's haunted because there's blood on the blinds. So on that note, keep being authentically awesome. And I'll try not to die in my apartment.